Shalom. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakha Kadash. Forgive me the spirit and power to make this lesson. Double honors unto the elders and apostles of Great Millstone that teach this truth and roll well. Wabarakatham unto the elect. Okay, this is the brother Gabar from the Great Millstone Dallas branch, coming at you with another lesson. And I want to go over Yahweh Shai. All right, and one of the things he did, all right before he got crucified, which was rejecting the wine mingled with myrrh. And that's really a big, heavy thing, because as we're going to get into, all right, this flesh wants to be comfortable. Okay, the flesh wants to be comfortable, but that's not the path that we're supposed to take. And Yahweh Shai, you can see that clearly. All right, the greatest example, all right, the author and finisher of our faith, Yahweh Shai, he rejected the comfort, all right, and embraced the bitter, all right, embraced the fullness, all right, of what he was sent to do, okay, and what he had to do, okay. And I want to go ahead and jump into this. This is Mark chapter 15 and verse 22. It says, "And they bring him unto the place Golgotha, which is being interpreted the place of a skull." Verse 23. "And they gave him to," and keep this in mind, you know, this is right before he got crucified. So this is after being up for days on end, all right, being sold out by Judas, okay, being spit on, being lied on, false witnesses coming against you, okay, your beard plucked out, slapped, hit, beat, putting a bag over your head, beating them, all right, a lot of insulting words, flogged, okay, being beat worse than anybody, you know, all right. And keep in mind that up to this point, right before he got crucified, right, it says in verse 23, "And they gave him to drink wine mingled with myrrh, but he received it not." All right, so, and we read verse 24, it says, "And when they had crucified him, they parted his garments, casting lots upon them, which every man should take." All right, which was prophesied that would happen. Okay, but yeah, right before his crucifixion, he still rejected, all right, that wine with myrrh, which going into that, all right, the wine and myrrh, you could type it in on Google, like, what is wine with myrrh, and what will come up is the AI overview. It says wine mixed with myrrh was a traditional pain-numbing narcotic offered to those about to be executed to ease their suffering during the crucifixion process. Okay. Myrrh is a fragrant resin known for its analgesic or pain-relieving properties, and when mixed with wine, it will act as a sedative or deaden pain and calm the senses. In the New Testament, Yahweh Shai was offered this mixture before his crucifixion, but refused it, choosing to fully endure the suffering ordained for him. You see? And that's segues into the next part that I wanted to read. You could type in on Google, why did Yahweh Shai, you know, or you type in, why did Jesus, knowing the real name is Yahweh Shai, why did Yahweh Shai refuse the wine in Mark chapter 15? AI overview, it says, Yahweh Shai refused the wine mixed with myrrh in Mark 15:23 to fully endure the suffering appointed to him as part of Yahweh's will. Okay, so he was about his father's business all the way. And it came with, you know, the sweet, but also the bitter. And not only did Yahweh Shai embrace that, you know, the sweet, all right, as, you know, as him receiving the reward now, of course, but even before that, you know, they tried to make him king. Okay, and he had power. He had all power. But he embraced the bitter, which is something you got to do, I got to do. You have to accept it. Okay, you got to embrace it. You got to accept it. Okay. Now I want to read the rest of this on Google. It says, rather than doling the pain of crucifixion with a narcotic drink, this decision also fulfilled his earlier promise not to drink again until the coming of his Father's kingdom. Okay? So, yeah, man, Yahushua did not dull, all right, what was going on, what he was going through, man. Yahushua chose to, hey, stick it out. And you got to do that. It looks different for everybody. Okay? It's something, when you're going through it, hey, a vice or whatever, certain thing, too much drinking, too much, this or that, because it makes you feel back comfortable. The Most High put you in a position to where, you're feeling that fire. He's purifying you more. He's bringing you closer, really. All right, and it is uncomfortable. It's very uncomfortable to the flesh. But you can't just give in. You can't just, well, fuck it, I want to feel good today or whatever, or just one more time or whatever. Nah, man, you have to pull a Yahushua. You got to say no to that. All right? The Lord is making his men into Yahushuas. Okay? So we have to arm ourselves with that mind. Matter of fact, let me grab one. Philippians 2:5. Let this mind be in you, which was also in Hamashiach Yahushua. You see? So Yahushua did it, and it goes on. All right, and speaks about, I'm not going to read down. All right, it goes on and speaks about how, he was lowly and humble, all right, obedient and all of that. Okay? And what he did. Okay? So the same mind that was in Yahushua, you have to have that mind to win. The mind of, damn, this shit hot. Let me just go, let me go do this and just get a little, let me, get away from this for a second, or just get away from it. No, man. You got to feel it, And once again, that vice or whatever, that alleviation, that thing that could dull it for you, it could look like a lot of different things. But you know what it is. You know what it is. And you got to let that thing go, man. And the Lord is purging that out. Okay? Let's grab another. Let me see what else I got. Okay. Let's get Hebrews chapter 12 and verse 7. It says, if ye endure, matter of fact, the definition of the word endure. Matter of fact, let's get this word on a blue letter Bible. I'm going to let it play.
Strong's G 5278. Hupamano.
Okay. It says to remain, to tarry behind. All right. To remain, abide, not recede, or flee. All right. And taking something to dull it is basically you fleeing away from, what Yahweh Shai is set up for you. And that's just the cold hard truth. Okay? That's the cold hard truth. What they say, cold turkey, raw, uncut. Hey man, that's just the answer. Okay? You can't numb it. You got to go through it. Because if you numb it, then you didn't really receive the fullness of that lesson. You see? It says to persevere under misfortunes and trials, to hold fast to one's faith in Hamashiach, to endure, bear bravely and calmly ill treatments. You see? So endure means bearing something. Let's just go into that word bear, B-E-A-R definition. I'm going to get that on Google. It says bear, carry the weight of support. It says brace, the similar words says, one of them says break, brace, BRACE. And that word, it says make, and then in parentheses a structure. So it says make stronger or firmer with wood, iron, or other forms of support. You see? So by you enduring and bearing what you have to bear, you're getting stronger. You see? The Lord is really strengthening you, just like a muscle. You go to the gym, you break the muscle down, and then it repairs itself. You eat your proteins, you replenish yourself how you're supposed to, then you good. But what happened if you skip workouts? Then what? Then you ain't gonna have no real gains. You got to go through them sore days. You got to go through that pain. You don't want to hit leg day. Well, you got to hit leg day. You see? And that's how you're going to get built. That's how you're going to get stronger, firmer. Okay? It says make a structure stronger or firmer. Okay? So the Lord is making you stronger and firmer, especially in these times we coming into, okay? All right, now another similar word for that word bear on Google is reinforce. I like that one. It says strengthen. Call all Yahweh Shema Shai. Okay, strengthen or support. Right? Strengthen or support. All right, and then also it says, all right, for the definition of the word bear, it says number 2, endure. Okay? So you got to bear your cross. You got to endure, and that's making you stronger. It's building you up, okay? You're getting reinforced by the things that you're going through, so that now that you've went through them, you can help others along the path to go through them, okay? And also, yes, yourself, but also you can help others, man. So now that when they're going through certain things, now you can relate. Maybe a younger person in the faith, or whatever. And now you can help them, give them sound advice. Well, that happened, something like that. Damn, happened to me. Or I was in the same position. And this is how I got through it. And how I maintained my faith in Yahweh Shema Shai. Though everything was, just hell. Now going back to Hebrews 12:7, it says, if you endure chastening, so you gotta bear that. You gotta go through it. It didn't say if you kind of endure and dull it. Nah, man. If ye endure chastening, Yahweh dealeth with you as sons. Salakia, as with sons. For what son is he whom the father chasteneth not? Right? Yahweh Shah went through it first, and he got the worst. You're not gonna get it like Yahweh Shah got it. He got it bad. He had to go through that. And that's also for our learning, because look at his mindset through it. Okay? Though the flesh is the flesh, sweating drops of blood in a state of high stress. All right. Like a state of horror. Right. But he still kept pushing. Even on the cross, my power, why have you forsaken me? But he didn't just get off. We had power to, but he didn't. Okay, so yeah, the chastening does not feel good. Matter of fact, let's grab that. And when you are being chastened, it's important to look for that lesson of why you are being chastened, But now let me grab this, Hebrews 12:11. Now no chastening for the present seemeth to be joyous, right? It's not pleasurable when, a kid, you're a kid, you getting your ass whooped by your parents because you done did something wrong. It's not pleasurable, although, you did mess up. But it's not pleasurable. It's not pleasurable, to get your ass whooped. When is that pleasurable? It says, now no chastening, no chastening, no punishment, right? Now no chastening for the present seemeth to be joyous. You're right, crying and shit, snot coming out his nose. All right. But grievous. Nevertheless, afterward, and this is what you got to look forward to, because this is what Yahweh Shah did too, man. This is how you have joy in the midst. How you have more alleviation, more comfort, more joy in the midst of the hell you catching, or if you're getting chastised or whatever. Okay. It says, nevertheless, afterward, it yielded the peaceable fruit of righteousness unto them that are exercised thereby. You see? So afterward, you're going to be better. Okay. That ain't just your end. Okay. The Lord is with you, and the Lord is going to see it through with you, man. And he going to deliver you out of anything, out of whatever it is. Okay. It just doesn't feel good in the moment. It doesn't feel good to be thrown in jail, especially if you ain't did something. If you're innocent, how the hell you should be at home enjoying yourself. It doesn't feel good to, get hit, get lied on, get your reputation, just thrown out like Myra in the streets. None of that stuff feel good. Losing stuff, losing your job, or losing a woman, losing a car, losing family, whatever. None of that shit feels good. But afterward, what's the after? Okay, those things happen. Damn. Okay. I accept it though. Fuck it. What's the after? What's going to come after that? What's going to come after that is the understanding of why those things happen, so that you could be better, man. Because you're going to see it. Okay? You're going to see it, man. It ain't just you catch a hell, oh, that's it. Nah, man, it's something on the other side, okay? Yahushua rose that third day. He didn't just go through all that and he was just in the tomb and that was it. No, he rose. And those women seen him first, okay? He revealed himself to first a woman, okay? Yahushua rose. That wasn't his end. He wasn't just in the grave and that's it. Likewise, you're not just going to be in the grave and that's it. But you got to do what the Most High say you got to do. You can't just alleviate it. You can't just every time just, damn, shit, let me just go do that shit. This hurt. Yeah, it's supposed to hurt because it's doing something. It's working. All right. And it's easier said than done. Best believe that. Oh, best believe it's easier said than done. But it still has to be done. It just has to, man. Okay. So yeah, Lord's will, this was edifying. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh by Shemal Shai, by Shemar Kakodash. Give me the spirit and power to make this lesson. Don't dull what the Most High is putting you through. Accept what the Most High is putting you through. And the lesson that he's revealing to you, take heed. And with that, I want to say shalom.